Rupp, we're going to hear from them momentarily. I want your reaction because breaking news, we know who the Boston Bruins have selected to succeed Zdeno Chara as their captain. A surprising choice.
It's not Marchand? I thought it was going to be Marchand. No, come on. That's really good, though. I like the way they did it. There he is, wearing the C, Patrice Bergeron, the obvious choice.
Well played.
The obvious choice, Rupper, to be the next captain after Zdeno Chara.
Absolutely. You talk about one of the most well-respected guys universally in the NHL. Anybody comes across him knows that he's a leader. You don't need that, but he'll take it. It looks really good on him. It looks like it's been there and should have been there. I no knock to Zdeno Chara. I'm just saying this guy has been a leader.
The only reason it hasn't been there is because Zdeno Chara has been really an unbelievable leader in his own right and been there a long time. But that leadership, it will be different because Chara is such a presence. But still, that culture in that room, they've nurtured that now for more than a decade. Yeah. So congratulations to Patrice Bergeron. You can see some pretty interesting names on there going all the way back to Nifty. Rick Middleton back in '85, Ray Bourque. Jason Allison wore the C for a while, Joe Thornton, and then Chara has had it for 15 years.
Yeah.
And Rupper, Big Z on his way out of town said, without a doubt, Bergeron should be the next captain. What a show of respect and what an acknowledgement of what you guys are saying, that he is clearly the heir apparent and Boston making it official.
Yeah, and and I'm not even sure if you look at it, and this is just my thinking, is, I think the Boston Bruins are going to miss Zdeno Chara for more ways than one.
Sure.
But, nonetheless, this is their decision they made, and they want to go and give some opportunities for some more youthful players. But without the guy like Patrice Bergeron, I don't know if they have the luxury of doing that because they have their guy that can take those reins. He has led this team, and he has had success there. So, Patrice Bergeron does everything. I think if you took a poll of current players and you rated players as far as who you want on your team today for Game 7, I think we'd all be shocked how high on that list he is, above a lot of really talented players that put up bigger numbers. He's a gamer. He's a guy you want on your team.
Absolutely.
Let's not forget, Cup Final, Game 6 in St. Louis. They needed to win to force a Game 7. Bergeron spoke up. And according to the guys in the room, they were jacked up because he's a guy that is so well respected within the room. Pick 45 at the draft. Can I just say with respect, we have no idea what we're doing. If that guy goes 45, come on. What's the most impressive?
That was a good draft, though.
Yeah, it was a very good draft. 03.
It was a good draft.
Greatest draft of this century. Yeah. What's his best skill as a player?
Oh, well, maybe just winning faceoffs. He's so good at that. I mean, for a particular skill. But what I always say about him is he can do anything, and he can play in every situation in the game. I always joke, he does everything. He drives the Zamboni in between periods. I mean, he really does. But if I have to pick up that one little skill, winning faceoffs, it's become an art form for Patrice Bergeron. I think it's one of the reasons why he's up there on this list alongside Bob Gainey, who really, they created the Selke Trophy for Bob Gainey to acknowledge his defensive play as a forward. But I think Patrice Bergeron, he's a penalty killer. He can win faceoffs. He's added the element of being an offensive force as well. But his 200-foot game is really excellent. And winning those faceoffs, it's like I say, it's an art for him. He's done an unbelievable job.
Hockey IQ at the savant level, too. You always hear that.
No, his hockey IQ is off the charts. Anytime a coach can have a player where you put him over the boards, I mean, let's just say, sometimes in this job it gets tough because you've got to criticize some former teammates. You've got to criticize players that were better players than I was. I can easily say, I don't know if we've ever corrected a play from Patrice Bergeron. I guess that's my point is he's going to make the right decision. And when you have a guy that you know is going to make the right decision, I don't need to worry about him. He's going to do the right thing, and he's going to lead, and that's why he has the C.
Fellas.